Hello, friends and little adventurers. Today, we're going on an amazing adventure with something you see every day, water. Have you ever wondered how the water in your glass got there? Well, it's not magic, but it's close. It's called the water cycle. Water takes a super cool trip, from the sky as rain, down to rivers and lakes, into your home, and then back to the sky. We'll float through clouds, splash into rivers, and even ride through pipes into your sink. How awesome is that? So, grab your rain boots and let's dive into the magical journey of water. Ready? Let's go. Did you know that the water in your glass could be millions of years old? That's right. The same water we use today was around when dinosaurs walked the earth. Imagine that. The water you just drank might have been slurped by a big, stomping T-Rex. Here's how it works. Water doesn't disappear, it just keeps going around and around in something called the water cycle. When rain falls from the sky, it goes into rivers, lakes, or oceans. Then, it gets heated by the sun, turns into invisible vapor, and floats back up to the clouds. From there, it can fall again as rain or snow. This has been happening for millions of years. So, the water in your glass today could have been part of an ancient river, frozen in a glacier, or even splashed by a dinosaur. Isn't that an awesome thought? The Earth has had the same amount of water for nearly 5 billion years. That means all the water we see today, rivers, lakes, oceans, even the water we drink, has always been here. It never leaves. It just keeps cycling around in the coolest way. Here's how it works. When the sun shines on water, it heats it up and turns it into a gas called water vapor. That vapor floats up into the sky, cools down, and turns back into tiny water droplets, forming clouds. Those clouds eventually get heavy, and the water falls back to Earth as rain or snow. Then, it flows into rivers, lakes, and oceans, and the whole cycle starts again. So, every drop of water on Earth has been on an incredible journey, up to the clouds, down to the ground, and around again, over and over. Isn't it amazing how it never runs out? Have you ever wondered how the water cycle gets its energy? It's all thanks to the sun. Yep, the sun is like the big engine that powers the entire water cycle. Without it, none of the amazing things water does would happen. Here's what goes on. When the sun shines on oceans, lakes, and rivers, it heats up the water. That heat makes the water evaporate, which means it turns into an invisible gas called water vapor and rises up into the sky. Once it's up there, the water vapor cools down, forms clouds, and later falls back to Earth as rain or snow. So, the sun isn't just there to keep us warm, it's also working super hard to move water all over the planet. It helps water travel from the ground to the clouds and back again, making sure we always have fresh water for drinking, growing plants, and more. Pretty cool, right? Have you ever looked up at the sky and thought clouds were just light and fluffy? Well, guess what? Some clouds can weigh as much as a jumbo jet. That's right. How do they stay up there? It's because the water droplets inside clouds are spread out over a huge area, so they float around until they get heavy enough to fall as rain. And speaking of rain, did you know those raindrops that fall on your head might have traveled thousands of miles? Rain doesn't always fall right where it's made. It can start over the ocean, travel across countries, and then fall in your backyard. It's like water going on a world tour before it lands. So, next time you see rain, think about the amazing journey it took, flying through the air in a cloud, crossing oceans, and finally falling to the ground. Isn't nature incredible? Did you know that almost all of the Earth's water is hiding in the oceans? Yep, about 97% of all the water on our planet is salty and stored in the huge, deep oceans. That's a lot of water, but we can't drink it because it's salty. Now, let's talk about fresh water, the kind we can drink. Only about 3% of the Earth's water is fresh. And guess what? Most of that is locked up in glaciers and ice caps, frozen solid. That means only a tiny amount of the Earth's water is available in lakes, rivers, and underground for us to use. So, even though it seems like there's water everywhere, the fresh water we need is actually pretty rare. That's why it's super important to take care of the water we have, and make sure we don't waste it. The Earth's water is a precious treasure. Did you know that water goes on a round trip that can take thousands of years? That's right. Water moves through the water cycle, but sometimes it takes a really long time to finish its journey. Some water might be frozen in glaciers for thousands of years, while other water flows quickly through rivers, lakes, and into the air as vapor. It's like water's on an epic adventure, and we're just along for the ride. But that's not all. Nature has its own clever way of cleaning water. As it moves through soil and rocks, water gets naturally filtered. Dirt and impurities are left behind, and the water comes out much cleaner. And plants? They're superstars too. They all breathe out water through their leaves in a process called transpiration. This water vapor helps form clouds, so plants are a big part of keeping the water cycle going. It's a team effort between land, sky, and plants. Did you know that water goes on an exciting ride through pipes to get to your sink? It's like water is on a secret underground adventure. Here's how it works. Once water falls as rain and flows into rivers or lakes, it gets cleaned at special water treatment plants. These plants make sure it's safe and fresh for us to use. Then, the real journey begins. Water travels through a series of pipes, some that are super long, winding under streets and houses. It's like a giant maze. These pipes bring the water right to your home. When you turn on your sink, that water has already traveled a long way to reach you. After you use it, the water goes down the drain and heads into a different set of pipes, where it gets cleaned again before joining the water cycle once more. Isn't it cool how water's always moving, even when you don't see it? Wow, what an amazing journey we've been on! From clouds in the sky to rivers, oceans, and even the plants that help make it all happen, the water cycle is like a giant, never-ending adventure. And the best part? It's always working, giving us the water we need to drink, grow our food, and keep our planet green. Remember, the water you drink today might have traveled thousands of miles, filtered through the earth, or even been sipped by a dinosaur. It's all part of nature's awesome water cycle. So next time you see rain, rivers, or even a cloud in the sky, you'll know the incredible journey that water is on. Thanks for exploring it with me today. Until next time, keep wondering, keep exploring, and take good care of our water. See you soon. Bye.